Yeah, I'm smiling because you almost like beat me to my follow-up question. This is like the new thing that I'm asking everyone because I have, for a long time detected this, like the well, sell them on your value, like tell them your value, provide value. Be like, well, can you break down for me what exactly that means?
We do.
Like, what?
We train people to do that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But I think a lot of agents say that and they don't like, they're like, yeah, I'm going to provide some value. They're like 3 utils of value. Like what?
All right, let me quantify for you how we train around this, right? So I just talked about that formula that we use, and it's really just kind of a cheat sheet for a new student to learn how to articulate their value in a quick elevator pitch. And what we say is we have this list of results, and these are just common things that we know, right? Like buyers want a great deal. They want to save money. They want a guarantee of success. They want to avoid fear, avoid issues, right? They want a likelihood of success. And so those are the things generically that buyers want. And so when we say, we or my team with our process, knowledge or experience give you result, those are the things we're talking about. So what that might sound like, Chris, is, hey, love to hear about you and your wife. Looking to make that next move. Here's why our clients love working with us. We've been selling real estate for the last 25 years. We're the number 4 in the state, number 1 in this city. And what that means for you is that over time, we've been able to develop a process that virtually guarantees our buyers are going to find the perfect home for themselves, get it at a great deal without losing out to all those other buyers that are currently shopping in the market right now.
All right. So everyone watching this needs to do the following: get a pen and paper, push pause, set the speed on YouTube to half, then go back a minute and write down everything Dale just said.
Yeah, right. But if you listen to what I did, right? I said, Here's the results that buyers want. And I said, great deal, perfect house, and without losing out, right? So avoiding loss or whatever issues. And I hung it on the framework. Me, or my team, with our knowledge, process, or result, or whatever, knowledge, experience, or process, give you result. That's what I gave you. That's why it sounded great.
Now, from there, I mean, it sounds like someone should be like, yep, you hit my buttons, right? That I'm worried about. What are common objections that might come up after that, or things that people might say?
Yeah. So one, we teach this thing called the question game. And so some common objections might be, I don't want to pay an agent out of pocket. So-and-so, or I can, not everybody charges their buyers, or what I think will happen in the future, somebody's going to be doing this. So-and-so represents buyers for free or whatever, right? Or so-and-so represents buyers for X. On the listing side, I'm not sure that I want to get committed to one agent or stuck with one agent, but that's an objection that's been around for a long time, which is I don't want to get tied to one agent, right? Or I want to work with whatever agent brings me the right house. That's a pretty common objection that already existed. So people should be able to handle that at this point. And then on the listing side would be, I don't want to pay for a buyer's agent. I'm only willing to pay X toward a buyer's agent. For a buyer, those are probably the only new ones that we're going to be getting, really.
Whenever I ask all these questions, surrounding NAR, you're a lot closer to this. Your wife's in the industry. You do the sales training. I'm the marketing guy at a technology company that serves real estate agents, and so I'm like, I've got to have a blind spot around this. So what do you have a sense of any of the things that are happening that were unanticipated, secondary effects of NAR or these conversations that agents need to be ready for as they start coming up?
Okay, so I don't want to scare anybody. This is nothing I've heard of, nothing that I've seen yet. However, until this shakes out and until we have more guidance around how this initial agreement thing works and who's going to police it or not, and whether or not a buyer can be represented by a licensed professional without compensation is a question, right? Which I don't know and might be addressed on a state level. The only thing that I could foresee coming from this that we don't already see now would be the thing that I alluded to, which is, that company A is offering free buyer rep if you purchase one of their listings, or, they're charging a flat buyer fee to work with us. But by saying all of that, it's actually no different than anything has ever been, right?
Right.
Since the inception of real estate, a person can sell their house without a real estate agent, and theoretically, and pay no commissions. A person can buy a house with no real estate representation, and not pay commissions. So it's not like that didn't exist before. It has always existed. There are flat fee listings, right? There are, the world of the Z Word and the other websites that generate lots of buyer interest, have always connected buyers to some degree directly to the listing agent, right? So you would think that when that started to proliferate, if we were going to be getting rid of buyers agents, it would have happened then, and it hasn't.
Right. This is like going back up to the macro level of like, wait, hang on, a real estate agent's going to go away? And it's like, man, we just keep talking about this and it doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't happen, and it hasn't happened. And in fact, I was talking about one of our partners that we just interviewed who's from Washington State. And he said, listen, Washington State has had a zero commission listing option in the MLS for the last 3 years, and it almost doesn't get used.
The average real estate agent earns only $87,000 after 16 whole years in the industry. If you are a few years into your real estate career and that does not sound like success to you, we should talk. Real Geeks has the tools ambitious agents need to build an empire. We can't do the hard work for you, but we can multiply your grind. Give us a call today and let's talk about your future.